If you want a fast way to recover from cancer, then you need to be eating enough protein. But here's the bad news. 98% of cancer survivors who come to me for support in the Cancer Freedom Program are not eating enough protein. This is a major issue. Insufficient protein means that you're having more side effects: exhaustion, hot flashes, joint pain. In this video, I'm reviewing 5 protein bars for cancer survivors. You're gonna wanna watch this. Now, before I get into tasting each protein bar and giving you my rating, there's something important that you need to know. Eating supplemental foods like protein bars is not ideal for cancer survivors. I would far rather have you eat whole foods as close to their natural form as possible. But I'm also a realist. Sometimes life gets busy. You don't just experience cancer in a silo. You have kids to take care of, work, pets, your house. The list goes on and on and on. So sometimes you don't have the time or energy to prepare a good, wholesome meal. This is exactly where protein bars can come in extremely handy. We know that cancer recovery is dependent on your food. We need to ensure that we're fueling your body with the right macronutrients regardless of your schedule. This is what truly makes a difference. In these situations, this is where protein bars come in handy, and I use them in my own personal life. But we need a little mindset shift when it comes to eating protein bars. So here's something to consider.
Now look, protein bars, they're like pretty sweet, right? This is like chocolatey. This is like a sweet treat. So this is something that I'm going to be using in place, like an afternoon treat. Right? When you get those like cravings in the afternoon where you're just looking for something sweet, then I lean towards getting a protein bar instead, because at least I'm getting like a higher amount of protein versus just eating junk food. Because if you really want to satisfy that sweet craving, then this is going to give you the best of both worlds.
Okay, let's dive into my review of 5 protein bars for cancer survivors, starting with Bear Bell's Chocolate Dough Protein Bar. Now, we're gonna be starting off strong here because this one is one of my favorites.
Okay, I'm taste testing all these protein bars for cancer survivors and what are the best tasting protein bars. Now, I've got to say that this one here is one of my favorite. This is from the Bar Bells, but taste-wise, this one's amazing. Now, nutritional information, we have 19 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat. Okay, this is gonna be a couple hundred calories. Now, ingredients-wise, this is a protein blend that they have in this protein bar. So this is gonna include dairy. So it's gonna have whey protein, casein protein. So let me give it a try, okay? Let me show you what it looks like. It's kind of got like this Rice Krispie kind of texture going on, okay? This one's tasty.
Hey, Dr. Amy here. I want to interrupt this video to let you know about an absolutely free download that you can get right now through the link in the description. This is your A to Z guide to staying cancer-free. So although the contents of this video is amazing, you're gonna need to take it the next step. And that's exactly what this free download is gonna get you. So go right now and grab your A to Z guide to staying cancer-free. Click the link below. Okay, next up is the hugely popular One Bar. Watch me taste test the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup protein bar.
Okay, so I'm trying this One Bar. It's supposed to be a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup inspired bar, okay? We'll see. Calories are 250 calories. Fat is 11 grams of fat, 25 carbs, and 18 grams of protein. Now, something like this with a macronutrient split like this, like 18 grams of protein and more carbs, I'm treating this like, not necessarily like a protein supplement, but rather like a healthier alternative to dessert. You see like the mindset shift there? So like instead of eating a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup chocolate bar, eat this. And so let's see how it tastes. Let's see how it tastes, okay? Okay, it looks good so far. I mean, that looks yummy. Okay, let's see. I mean, this is pretty good. It's a lot thicker than I expected it to be. But this is pretty good for dessert.
Okay, so the One Bar isn't great in terms of ingredients. This is really bordering on some junk food with extra protein, but it does taste like a treat. Okay, next up is the Protein Crisp Bar, and this one is very different.
Okay, next we're trying this Protein Crisp. Okay, what's the flavor? Irresistible Crunch. Okay, let's try this one out. This one looks really different. We have 22 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat. So that's pretty good, like an even split between carbs and protein. So let's give it a shot here. It actually looks a lot like Rice Krispies. It looks totally different on the inside. Okay. Totally different than anything else, texture-wise. Taste-wise is pretty good. It's not like super, it doesn't feel like super thick. It's pretty good.
Okay, so next up is the Alani bar. Now this Alani bar comes in the flavor peanut butter and jelly, which is a little bit different. So let's give it a try.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one here. To be honest, I'm really not looking forward to it. It's peanut butter and jelly. This is really not my jam, no pun intended. This is 9 grams of fat, 21 grams of carbs, 15 grams of protein. So let's give it a shot. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay. Not bad. It's pretty peanut buttery, but it's not bad. Better than I was expecting, but not great.
And here is the last protein bar I taste tested for cancer survivors. This one is really popular, the Built Bar.
130 calories, 17 grams of carbs, 17 grams of protein. And what about fat? Where is it? Fat, 2.5 grams of fat. Okay, that's pretty low in fat. Pretty even split of carbs to protein. This is what it looks like on the inside. Let's check it out. Ooh, gooey. Definitely gooey. Okay. Can't even pull it apart. Okay. It's really thick. It's really chocolatey. This is like a fudge protein bar. Okay, I had to come back on and just like this Built caramel protein bar. It is way too chewy. It is so thick. I'm like choking on this one. Do not recommend taste-wise.
Okay, so now that you know about protein bars for cancer survivors, the next thing that you need to dig into is supplements. That's why I'm linking up this next video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so here's the truth about protein bars. There's gonna be a lot of people that watch this video and think like, how can you possibly recommend protein bars to cancer survivors? Well, the truth is that I'm a realist. So life sometimes happens. And although I would far prefer you eat whole food choices, sometimes life just gets busy and hectic. And I wanna make sure you still care for your body in a really intentional way. And that's why often protein supplements or protein bars can be really a godsend to a lot of cancer survivors because you're still gonna make sure that your body gets the macronutrients it needs to recover from chemo, to have full energy, to be free of joint pain and hot flashes, even when you don't necessarily have the time to eat those whole food options. Now, should this be an everyday option? Probably not ideal, but once in a while, that's a-okay. Okay, so now that you know about protein bars for cancer survivors, the next thing that you need to dig into is supplements. That's why I'm linking up this next video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so here's the truth about protein bars. There's gonna be a lot of people that watch this video and think like, how can you possibly recommend protein bars to cancer survivors? Well, the truth is that I'm a realist. So life sometimes happens. And although I would far prefer you eat whole food choices, sometimes life just gets busy and hectic. And I wanna make sure you still care for your body in a really intentional way. And that's why often protein supplements or protein bars can be really a godsend to a lot of cancer survivors because you're still gonna make sure that your body gets the macronutrients it needs to recover from chemo, to have full energy, to be free of joint pain and hot flashes, even when you don't necessarily have the time to eat those whole food options. Now, should this be an everyday option? Probably not ideal, but once in a while, that's a-okay.